Everybody knows the net's the place to be. A cyberland of opportunity. We're doing business in whole new ways since we tapped into the online craze. Catch the wave and you're sitting on top of the world. Don't be afraid of emerging technology. Our groovy website lets you shop with ease. Got a chat room full of folks that know a lot of ways to content to CEO. And you catch the wave and you're sitting on top of the world. Wouldn't it be nice if everybody got product information all online? Then they could download any order if they were feeling so inclined. I know it's going to be so exciting when we can say goodbye to overnighting. Wouldn't it be nice if every client had a custom catalog to use? They could look at all their favorite items and customer-specific pricing too. Our list of clients would be never-ending, with each of them forever spending. Wouldn't it be nice?
I would ask you to welcome to the podium Software Spectrum's Chief Executive Officer and Senior Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, Judy Sims and Richard Sims.
I want to start just by welcoming each of you to our 10th Annual Awards Banquet, and what a special evening this is. This event is a cherished tradition at Software Spectrum, for those of you who may not have been to one of these before, and it's my favorite because we get to honor each of you, the individuals who are Software Spectrum and who make our accomplishments possible. Clearly, it's your spirit and will to make things happen that has helped us catch the wave so many times in the history of Software Spectrum. Fiscal 1997 was an important year of accomplishments, and one filled with many challenges that tested our will and our abilities. Yes? We caught the waves, but we also got dumped off of our boards a few times. But in the spirit of true Spectrumites, we always got right back up, ready to ride the next wave. So let's do a little reflecting back on 1997, Richard.
Oh, so I have a speaking role. Okay. Sounds good to me, Judy. We began the year on a huge wave, a wave that was strategic to our long-term future, but which also contained risks. It was a wave of acquisition, which we caught to become the world's largest supplier of personal computer software to corporations. For most of our history, we had grown the company steadily and conservatively, riding only the waves near the shoreline. But we always believed that to realize our long-term future, we had to be ready for a really big wave. And to catch that wave, we would have to swim out further than we had ever swum before. Swum, swim, swum. So that's what we did last year. We swam. We caught the really big wave, the one that was critical to our long-term future, by acquiring Egghead's CGE division and the Essentially Group in Australia and New Zealand.
And for those of you who might not know, Richard really doesn't swim and he hates the water, but
True.
At first we all enjoyed the euphoria of riding that giant wave, but it was only a few seconds later that reality set in, and it felt like we were caught in the wave and struggling to get back on those boards of ours. But one of the best waves we've ridden has been the transition of the Spokane call center. The Spokane Center had many adjustments to make, and they jumped in to learn our systems so that they could provide excellent customer service. And the best news and the best ride of all for the year is we retained virtually all of the Egghead customers, allowing us to double our sales, and that's great.
One group that may have felt they were in the middle of the wave was IT&S. As a result of the purchase of CGE, they had to accelerate the move from Magic and Beetree to PowerBuilder and Sybase because we were already pushing the limits of those systems before the acquisition. IT&S did an excellent job of catching the wave, completing the projects within the required 90 days, very short amount of time. We also caught the wave with the Essentially Group acquisition. It completed our global operations strategy and extended our presence into Asia Pacific. And we gained entry also into one of the fastest growing and largest software markets in the world through our joint venture with Uchida Yoko in Japan. You can see the Uchida Spectrum homepage on the internet. Of course, it's a little tough to read if you don't know Japanese, which I'm learning more all the time.
TSG is another group that caught the wave this last year. They literally exploded this year, hiring over 300 new employees, including over 129 that were in our Technology Support Center. The spirit of our support center personnel and helping customers made all the difference in our winning important new contracts. Our Technology Support Center was 125% of plan for the year, which is a tremendous accomplishment. We have also taken the lead in Microsoft's Systems Management Server arena. Our SMS Alliance was featured in Windows magazines as, and I quote, the place to go for the definitive answer on any SMS question.
Yes. The SMS Alliance, now has more than 50 member companies representing more than 1 million users with 300,000 desktops in production. We are certainly in the lead position in this arena. Our European operations also caught the wave. They hit 2 milestones this year. First, they doubled sales. And second, they have turned their customer mix from being primarily European affiliates of US-based businesses into having 8 of their top 10 customers being European-based companies.
And speaking of milestones, the Bayer Corporation awarded us their Chairman's Milestone Award as the top technology supplier to their organization for 1996. This award was especially significant since Bayer was a CG&E account that was certainly affected by the servicing issues we experienced during the transition. Winning their confidence back and receiving this award is a strong testament to the dedication and the determination of our people to meet customers' expectations, and I thank you all for that.
I share your sentiment, Judy. We also caught a big wave when we sold a $1.2 million TSG engagement to Bell Mobility in Canada. It was the largest single TSG sale in the history of the company. And speaking of catching the wave, have you seen our new website and online product catalog? It's a great place to surf. The site is the result of another strong effort by our marketing, TSG, and IT&S groups, who not only caught the wave, but put in hours of surfing research when designing it. I'm sure that was fun. The site opens a world of new opportunities for us.
Capitalizing on new opportunities, that's really what it's all about. And yes, while last year was one of the more challenging in our history, it was also one in which we achieved many of our long-term strategic goals. We became a global company. We became a services company of significant size, and we participated in the inevitable market consolidation by acquiring one of our largest and most tenacious competitors. Each of you, along with Spectrumites in other parts of the world who are not with us tonight, made this possible. And for that, again, I thank you. Your indomitable spirit to overcome the obstacles placed in our paths this last year is a powerful wave. Your spirit is a wave that can lead us to even greater things in our future. And I can feel that spirit in this room tonight. I'm sure you can too. I want to digress just a minute, though, and welcome someone who I think day in and day out exemplifies the spirit of Software Spectrum, and that is Lisa Stewart, who's with us this evening. Welcome, Lisa. For those of you who might not know, Lisa just had surgery 2 weeks ago, and it was very important to her that she be here tonight and participate in some of the awards. So she's going to be up here a little bit. Please, if you see her, don't hug her. She's still very fragile, but it's great to have you here and see how wonderful you're looking, Lisa. But at this point, let's get on our boards, surf's up, let's catch the wave and ride it for another fun and memorable evening.
Keith is in Hawaii on vacation. Oh, I'm sorry, that would be special assignment. But he wanted to be with us so badly tonight that we have arranged, honest to goodness, a satellite downlink hookup with Keith Coogan, really. Keith, are you there?
Aloha from Hawaii. I'm not really on vacation. I'm here on a secret mission. I've come here to investigate surfing the internet. Well, Hawaii is where the whole surfing thing started. I've been working really hard too, going to luau's, watching native girls do the hula. I'm sure there's a secret to HTML in those grass skirts. I've learned surf speak so I can infiltrate the surfing community. Surfboards are called boogie boards, esky lids, and speed bumps. Shark biscuits in Australia. The surf goes off, and yelling, "Come on, Huey," is supposed to bring on the big waves. I haven't seen anyone surfing the internet yet, but I'm not giving up. Tonight, I'm eating roasted pig and poi. I'll learn about surfing the net if I have to hang out with the crowd and drink Maui all night. Cheers. Whoops. Surf gun at 3 o'clock. Come on, Huey!
And to present the awards this evening, I would ask you to welcome our first presenter team, our Vice President of Finance and Vice President and Chief Information Officer, ladies and gentlemen, Deborah Nugent and Bob Mercer.
We certainly stormed the beaches this year. The CG&E acquisition had a significant impact on every part of the company, Deborah.
For example, our Treasury Group obtained a $90 million credit facility to support our acquisitions and cash flow needs. We also changed our banking relationships for North America, which resulted in a substantial reduction in costs. Not only did our credit group manage collections for our expanded customer base, they also successfully collected $50 million of CG&E's outstanding accounts receivables. And over the last few months, we've gone live on our new multi-currency SmartStream package in our accounting department.
That's great, Deborah. Our consolidation of the Garland and Chicago distribution centers in Louisville, Kentucky has reduced our overhead and provided us with an extra 5 hours a day to ship products.
We could not have accomplished so much as we have this past year without major efforts by all of our team members. And this year in particular, our employees had a number of hurdles to get over, but fortunately, we have a tradition here at Software Spectrum of seeing hurdles as opportunities to get ahead of rather than as obstacles blocking our path. So our people forged ahead.
You know, Deborah, that could be used to describe our newcomer award winners. They definitely are individuals who see hurdles as opportunities to get ahead. Not only was this newcomer of the year instrumental in migrating all purchasing activity to the Garland office, but he also was key in resolving critical issues related to egghead discrepancies and inventory. I am pleased to present this 1997 Newcomer of the Year Award to Product Operations Supervisor Jeff Belton.
Please join me in congratulating a highly committed role model, Newcomer of the Year and Contract Specialist, Elaine Graff.
Please congratulate this Newcomer of the Year for 1997, who always delivers the highest degree of professionalism and service internally and externally. Principal Consultant, Brian Hayes.
Please join me in congratulating this outstanding newcomer in an area that's near and dear to my heart, Cash Manager Scott Hanna.
Please join me in a round of applause for this exemplary newcomer, lead technical writer, Bobby Marler.
Please join me in congratulating this outstanding newcomer, shipping lead Elizabeth Oliver.
Please help me congratulate the man whose boss calls him the absolutely perfect program manager, John Pionkowski.
Please join me in congratulating this outstanding professional and newcomer of the year, Employee Relations Representative, Audra Shine.
Please join me in recognizing this outstanding newcomer, Lotus Notes programmer analyst, Robin Wheelock.
Now, please help us welcome our next presenters, Roger King, Vice President of Sales and Marketing, and Rob Graham, Vice President of Strategic Relationships and General Counsel.
You know, they asked all the officers to do this, and there was only one with enough sense of fun to do it. Go figure.
Roger, I thought we still had a dress code.
Okay. You know, Rob, the CGN acquisition did have a huge effect on sales. It gave us an opportunity to add some very talented people to our organization. It took some adjusting for them to get used to Software Spectrum model. I believe I remember talking about a leap of faith with several of you. But they've been tremendously helpful this year. In addition, with the addition of the Spokane Operations Center, we were able to create a NAMA group and a TSC group in Spokane. In fact, we consolidated the Toronto Operations Center into Spokane, which gives our customers access to a greater depth of service. And while we were busy with integrating CG&E customers, our Software Spectrum employees kept business rolling along. Everyone really pitched in to keep us on course through some pretty rough times, and I want to thank you all for that.
The Spectrum Award was created to recognize the achievement of a director or regional manager. This award acknowledges critical contributions to the success of Software Spectrum by an individual who is not eligible for nomination as an overachiever or the other awards presented tonight. So I would like to present the Spectrum Award next. This year's winner has successfully caught many waves throughout her career and was a key contributor during the Egghead acquisition. Her major emphasis was on training and assimilating new people into the SSI family. She was also instrumental in maintaining customers during some of our most difficult times during the transition. This individual leads by example, displays a genuine care and concern for others through her actions, and willingly stretches herself to expand her abilities. She has unquestionable integrity and is the consummate professional. She greets adversity with calmness and a positive attitude, which allows her to deal effectively with challenging situations when they arise. In fact, she regularly turns challenges into positive opportunities. She was instrumental in stabilizing and renegotiating a 3-year contract with one of our largest customers while reducing our operational costs and the challenges of servicing that account, 2 things favored on my list. She steered Canadian business through reorganization and acquisition, and while there is still more to be done, she has played an important role in getting our Ottawa government business headed in the right direction. Very clearly, this person played a major role in keeping the biggest piece of our business, the North American large accounts business on track and finished a very difficult business year on target at approximately 100% of our goals. One of her biggest accomplishments has been successfully adapting to all our growth and the different business environments and challenges that 10 years with Software Spectrum brings, and that's a lot of challenges and change. Given all this, it's only appropriate that she add another notch to her surfboard by being named the 1997 Spectrum Award winner. I'm sure you'll agree. Please join me in congratulating this very deserving winner, Lorraine Castorina.
You shouldn't be upset. You're a pretty smart lady, Mary.
Not really. No one is when it comes to lands or those intranets. How do you know the difference? Can you help me, mister?
I hope so. Look, I don't have the answers any more than you. But I do know this. Software Spectrum can help you out.
I'd like to have some help.
Lots of new technology out there. Internet servers, NT, back office. Software Spectrum can get you connected. Would you like to hear a song about it?
If anybody's got a network that's running with NT,
they could probably use some help from our folks in TSG. They're providing solutions for a nominal fee.
They're the certified experts in technology.
You'll see them working with Access or a back office suite.
They know as much about Windows as anyone you'll meet.
Systems management server, configured anyway.
SQL and merchant, or maybe SNA.
If you've got an old system, it's really giving you fits.
Microsoft has the answer. We're talking 32 bits.
when you check out our web page, it will be easy to see.
We've got all the answers here at TSG. Our institutes of technology are the latest rage.
The SMS Alliance has got its very own page.
Much more than just software is our philosophy.
We're providing solutions here at TSG.
Yeah, we have all the answers here at TSG.
Would you please help me welcome, representing the director of our East Coast Consulting, or Eastern North America, and West Coast, that would be James Bond. I'm sorry, you know him as Chris Keel. And Dan Gardner, and would you please welcome the president of TSG, Link Simpson.
Fiscal 1997 was a growth year for TSG in terms of expanding our offices and increasing headcount. And we had several significant wins. Our Technology Support Center caught the big wave, achieving revenue of over $7 million during the year. Many things contributed to this achievement, and we are continuing to catch the wave in TSC. Recently, TSC was selected over HP and Stream to be named the Enterprise Support Partner for Microsoft, focusing on our back office products. That's right. This contract could generate over $4 million in revenues for TSG in fiscal 1998 alone. As an enterprise support partner, TSC becomes a part of the Microsoft Virtual Support Network. We also won an important McAfee support contract and because of the quality of our support services, we were awarded additional business from several existing support customers during 1997.
We doubled the headcount at the Dallas site and more than doubled it at the Houston site. In addition, the Western region expanded operations into Austin and San Antonio, and our total headcount increased from 226 to more than 600 this past year. Yeah. Our Los Angeles site had successful SMS and exchange implementations with Long Beach Memorial Hospital Systems and the Los Angeles Department of Airports and Hawaiian Electric. I think that's what Keith's working on.
In the Eastern region, our New York site increased operating income to 175% of budget. And 1997 was only its second year in operation. In Detroit, Motor City, Hockey City, as I think they're calling it now, we grew to 12 consultants in the 11 months it's been open, with significant opportunities won at Chrysler this year. In Chicago, we sold a Salesforce automation project generating $750,000 in revenue from a large telecommunications corporation. Our Toronto office won a $1.2 million back office implementation with Canada's largest cellular provider. And in Boston, we hired away one of Stream's top guns.
So now the Rookie of the Year Award. To be eligible for the TSG Rookie of the Year Award, an individual must have been with TSG for more than 6 months, but less than 18 months. To win the Technical Service Provider of the Year Award, the recipient must have been with us for a minimum of 12 months. Employees from both Consulting and Smart9 are eligible for these awards.
And it gives me great pleasure to present the TSG Rookie of the Year Award to Lotus Practice Manager Charlotte McCowan.
Please join me in applauding the Technical Service Provider of the Year for 1997, Chicago Microsoft Practice Manager, Joanna Bradford.
Would you please welcome again our Director for the East, our Director for the West, that would be Barbara Maloney and Sean Warren, and would you please welcome our Vice President of Customer Operations, Lisa Stewart.
Hi there, it's great to be back. Thank you, thank you. The theme tonight is Catch the Wave, and when I look back over this last year, we did catch that wave in a lot of different areas. But a tsunami, that's a really big wave, caught us in a lot of areas. While we experienced some very challenging times last year, thanks to the efforts of so many people in this room, we did recover. I thank you all for that, and I also want to take this opportunity to personally thank my customer operations team for your contributions. So thank you very, very much. And I'd like to ask Barbara and Sean what their year was like. Sean?
Fast pace comes to mind. Software Spectrum completely changed the way the Spokane office conducts business. Part of that was introducing us to new phone systems, new computer systems, new processes, new customers, and ultimately new job descriptions and a new team concept. I'd say that was pretty fast-paced, kind of like a bullet is fast-paced.
But Sean, I'm proud to say we hung in there, taking each challenge as it came, and have significantly improved our service levels in those tsunami days. Today, we are consistently hitting service levels of 80% or better, which is above our target. Average call times are down to 3 minutes, and our customers are smiling again, which means I can smile again.
Tonight, we can all smile again. And part of that reason is that we have a lot of people who responded very much like the two individuals that are going to be receiving awards tonight.
Please join me in congratulating this year's Inside Sales Rookie of the Year, Inside Sales Representative Paula Maloney.
Please join me in congratulating the Inside Sales Representative of the Year for 1997, Senior Account Representative Karen Remus.
Now, have you ever wondered what someone on the other end of a phone looked like? Have you ever wondered, for example, what the voicemail lady looks like, right? You have 700 new messages. Well, every morning, our officers and directors and outside sales receive a voicemail summary of the previous day's large orders. And since November of last year, this has been delivered daily with great energy and wonderful enthusiasm by somebody that nobody knows, or who has very likely ever seen and realized it. And so we thought today, rather than the voicemail, we would invite this young lady here to deliver today's large order summary, right? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Callie Balderas.
Good evening, Software Spectrum. I'm the voice you hear every morning. Surprisingly, I'm Callie Balderas, and I bring to you live the large order summary for Wednesday, June 11th. Software Spectrum had 1,751 orders for a total of $1,347,000. Orders over 20,000 were American Management Systems, Fairfax, 97,000. Shreen Plow, Madison, 45,000. Sara Lee, Winston, 40,000. State of New York, Albany, 35,000. Ameritech, ISSC Group, Southfield, 34,000. Prudential Insurance, Roseland, 34,000. Boeing Information and Support, Seattle, 27,000. Range Systems, Burlington, 22,000. American Airlines, Tulsa, 21,000. City of Portland, 20,000. And Landis and Staffa, Indianapolis, 20,000. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend.
Now to acknowledge those individuals in our mid-tier accounts group, would you please welcome our Vice President of Sales and Marketing and our Director, we have two directors, I'm sorry, North American Mid-Tier on the east, North American Mid-Tier on the west. That would be Debbie Johnson, who also goes by the name of Louis Corrette. I can't believe I was about to say that. Who also goes by the alias of Nama Mama. Would you please welcome Debbie Johnson and Roger King? What am I thinking?
I was hoping this Nama Mama nickname, coined by my team, would have been forgotten by now. But oh well, some things you just can't control. The CG&E acquisition had a major impact on mid-tier accounts too. Along with the CG&E customers, we were able to add a lot of talent to the department. By creating NAMA West in Spokane, we were able to offer better service to our West Coast customers. NAMA enjoyed tremendous success with the Microsoft Volume Licensing Program. In December, we booked $1.8 million in Microsoft MULP revenue, which was 180% of our department objective for that month.
Debbie, I know we've taken some major steps forward in our NAMA group this year. For example, you started some TSG initiatives during the last quarter that are proving to be exciting and very beneficial. Why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure, Roger. In November, we began focusing on SmartLine call packs and training. Quarter to quarter, our SmartLine call pack sales increased 400%. NAMA now is focused on selling training, and in the last 3 months, we've had success in all of the major markets. In fact, we had a recent win in New York City for $80,000.
Yes.
In January, we initiated a 3-site pilot to sell TSG structured services. Part of our pilot initiative has been to work in tandem with NAMA program managers. And so far, we have had success selling several TSG pilot projects in our pilot cities.
It really is exciting for me to help recognize winners like these two outstanding performers in NAMA for 1997. We'll present the Rookie of the Year and the Outstanding NAMA Sales Rep of the Year rep this evening. The NAMA sales force, it's a committed, dedicated, talented group of people. They really are. Choosing only 2 stellar performers from this group was really very difficult. First, we will recognize our 1997 Rookie of the Year.
Please join me in applauding the 1997 NAMA Rookie of the Year, Senior Account Representative, Piper Scott.
It's my pleasure to present the NAMA Sales Representative for 1997, Senior Account Representative, Brad Kennedy.
Joining Roger at the podium to present the Outstanding Outside Sales Rookie of the Year and Outside Sales Account Executive of the Year are indeed our Director West and our Director East. That would be Lorraine Castorina and Louis Corrette.
This past year, Outside Sales spent a great deal of time meeting with our new CG&E customers. Our large account representatives did a great job of integrating CG&E accounts into our customer base. And we caught a big wave when we were awarded the new Boeing contract worth $40 million.
We also caught a big wave in the Eastern region in Atlanta, where we were able to win a $13 million select deal with Southern Company. We recognized $2 million at the end of this past fiscal year, and the balance will be realized over the next 2 years.
Our large accounts group made great progress in introducing TSG to our largest customers in 1997. And we scored some really big hits, including a 32-bit migration rollout in Chrysler. We unseated Stream in the deal to boot. Yep. And we won an RFP for the Quebec provincial government, which represents 45,000 PCs, the most of any one of our Canadian customers. Please join me in congratulating our Outside Sales Rookie of the Year for 1997, account executive known as the TSG poster boy by some, David Del Nero. Please join me in a round of applause for our Account Executive of the Year, Senior Account Executive, Kathy Tate.
Boys and girls, Youth of America, the Software Spectrum Company, purveyors of fine software products, has created an incredible new website. You're all invited. This is what you've waited for.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how.
Come on by our website and see. Early in the morning and late at night, our modems will be humming along.
We got a merchant server on a high-speed line, so no one ever waits too long.
Come on, baby, once you see, you'll want to buy your software from me. Come on, baby, once you see, you'll want to buy your software from me.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how. Come on by our website and see. We've got thousands of products you can search online, and lots of information too.
Selling on the net is our newest way of generating revenue.
Come on, baby, once you see, you'll want to buy your software from me. Come on, baby, once you see, you'll want to buy your software from me.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how. Come on by our website and see.
We're using lots of Java and some ActiveX to make our site look really keen.
So come on by and visit softwarespectrum.com, and then you'll see just what I mean.
Come on, baby, once you see, you'll want to buy your software from me.
Come on, baby, once you see, you'll want to buy your software from me.
Let's go surfing now.
Everybody's learning how.
Come on by our website and see.
Well, we got a lot of offices from here all the way to Japan now. And we're gonna open even more just as fast as we can. Spreading around the world is a part of our master plan now. And we'll be following the sun till the night turns to day. When it's 5 o'clock in Dallas and it's just about quitting time now. Well, in Singapore, they're just about to rise and shine now. So support is as close as the nearest telephone line now. Since we'll be following the sun to the night turns to in Canada, Australia, Singapore, and Germany now. We're delivering the future of desktop technology now. In 12 different languages and many local currencies now. And we'll have fun, fun, fun all the way from Dublin to LA. Well, we knew all along that the web was the way to go now. If you can read Japanese, check our site out of Tokyo now. With all we have to offer, we just can't help but grow now. And we'll have fun, fun, fun on the information superhighway. Yeah, we'll have fun, fun, fun on the information superhighway. Yeah, we'll have fun, fun, fun on the information superhighway.
Our final awards this evening acknowledge our 1997 overachiever, and please welcome back to the podium 2 individuals who have clearly caught the wave in 1983 and who have been riding the curl ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Sims and Richard Sims.
Our final awards this evening are presented to our 1997 overachievers. The recipients of these awards were voted on by our officers and directors based on nominations received from throughout the company. These are people who set an example for us all.
Overachievers are judged on several factors. They consistently display a positive attitude and are respected by their peers and subordinates. They are team players and cooperate with others within their department and other departments. Overachievers exhibit a high degree of integrity and honesty, are efficient and effective in producing quality work. They practice strong customer service skills and are reliable and dependable. His project management skills and his calm but confident manner are winning characteristics when faced with challenging opportunities. Most recently, this overachiever assumed responsibility for leading the technical side of developing the Software Spectrum Trophy Site project. His quick grasp of the challenges in dealing with beta releases of software, we all know about that, Microsoft technical interfaces, and coordinating with their internal systems teams has earned him the respect of his peers at Software Spectrum and our partners at Microsoft as well. Please help me congratulate this overachiever, TSG Managing Consultant, Eric Fredericks.
this overachiever used his innate talent for taking a complex request and automating it to the fullest when he was able to meet the complex pricing requirements of one of our largest customers. The pricing team had spent years diligently working on meeting this customer's pricing needs. He was able to accomplish the task with only 2 pricing updates and is currently helping the team automate the pricing processes of other big customers. Please join me in congratulating and acknowledging the contributions of this talented overachiever, pricing specialist Frank Garcia. Midway through the year, she was actually doing 2 jobs, VLM specialist and EDI coordinator. During this time, she played a key role in the Egghead CG&E acquisition, transitioning 26 EDI customers to SSI's EDI system in a manner that was transparent to the customer.
After the completion of the transition, she helped add 2 new EDI processes. One allows customers to receive an electronic catalog via EDI, and the other is an advanced ship notice process. But her greatest asset is that she remains positive no matter what challenges she might face. Please help me welcome this positive thinking, outstanding performer, EDI coordinator, Lori Kimmel.
In 2 months, she created new levels in the VLM department in her region by her prompt attention to all inquiries, major reconciliation of large accounts that we audited, and her patience in explaining procedures, rules, and guidelines to the AEs and regional manager, requiring a little bit of patience. Just kidding. Please join me in recognizing a star performer who has truly made a difference, VLM consultant Kelly Stanley. This overachiever had an integral part in designing the distribution center systems, incorporating more automation, hiring and training more than 80 employees, and negotiating with local vendors. He faced every challenge head-on, and they were many and formidable. He stayed focused and got the distribution center back on track after some very challenging times.
He continues to challenge the new workforce with productivity goals and new processes, which has allowed the current staff at the distribution center to settle at 57, down from a high of 88. Please join me in congratulating the guy with a great attitude who keeps his calm in the storm of many situations. Distribution Center Manager Frank Restina.
During the DBS SmartStream conversion, accounting couldn't easily pay invoices because the system was not automatically receiving inventory receipts. This overachiever developed a workaround that would allow receipts into the system until the automated process could be fully tested and implemented. She did all this while keeping up with her daily responsibilities with a smile. She is one of the quiet pillars in the company that we all come to depend on. Please join me in congratulating this overachiever, Inventory Receiving Analyst Patricia Moore.
She works closely with product operations, accounting, and the VLM team to ensure the accuracy of the information she reports. Always a thinker and looking for better ways to do things would describe 2 of this overachiever's admirable traits. Please join me in congratulating the outstanding performance of overachiever, vendor reporting manager, Michelle Miller.
Some of this overachiever's most impressive attributes are that he always identifies possible resolutions to issues, pursues additional responsibilities, and is proactive in identifying those areas in which he can help the company. Please allow me to present overachiever and software spectrum champion, credit analyst Eddie Melvin.
Finding the right people with the right technical skills is key to our success. This overachiever believes in our company and is an evangelist for Software Spectrum. It is my pleasure to present a very valuable member of our overachiever team, Senior Technical Recruiter Lisa Mackey.
She was instrumental in the successful transition of the Boeing account to Spokane. Boeing has many technical requirements that must be met to serve them correctly. Even so, the transition was transparent to them, and they did not experience any downtime. Please join me in congratulating a key member of our IT&S team in Spokane, overachiever and supervisor Dawn Linendahl.
This overachiever statistics for 1997 are phenomenal. His accounts contributed over $4 million to TSC's total revenue of $7 million. He achieved 160% of his quota, and he has already signed a major new account worth over $2 million in the current year. A round of applause, please, for this truly outstanding performer, TSC Business Development Manager, Jim Knox.
This overachiever set up a database to better manage blanket purchase orders and to provide prospects for AEs. He works diligently with other departments to ensure they are on track to support his customers. I am honored to present this overachiever, Inside Sales West Manager Heath Weisbrod.
You know, this is just so much fun. It's been a great evening. I want to thank Microsoft for providing such a wonderful evening. Let's give John Deegan and Scott Freefield a round of applause. Thank you, and John, you know, you're going to have to come surfing in and see us occasionally on that new board. I also want to thank all of you personally for attending our company's most important night of the year. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the evening even half as much as I do. It's your spirit, thanks. It's your spirit and determination that have enabled Software Spectrum to catch the wave so many times in our past. Fiscal 1997 was a year of acquisitions, of growing our processes and stretching our capacities. Fiscal 1998 will be the year of fine-tuning and of truly catching and riding the wave of opportunity that we have put in place this past year. We look forward to returning to consistent profitability, to maturing our TSG business, and capitalizing on the world of electronic commerce. We must work hard to continue to be a leader in our industry as the largest global company that we are today. And we need the joint efforts of each of you if we are to realize our goals. I'd like to thank all the people who made this evening possible. Marketing spends truly untold hours every year to make this evening memorable. Let's give them a round of applause. And Marina is herself a tradition around here. She was the first MC of this banquet, so thanks a lot, Marina. And thanks to this evening's performers, Jackie Milvana, and all of you who appeared in person and on video. You did truly an outstanding job and added a lot of special touch to the evening.
I'd like to add my thanks too. It's been a memorable event, and I want to remind the employees of the month and the 5-year tenure winners to come to the stage after the show for the group photograph. But you know, there's one more thing we must do before everyone goes home. You know, Judy, it's the traditional way we close each year.
Yes, Richard, I guess it's a little questionable whether we need to do this tonight. Roger's already been quite entertaining, I would say. But you know I'm a really sentimental person, and you know how I feel about tradition. So our final piece of the program tonight pays homage to a very special kind of guy, our very own Roger King.
Is my posture okay? Okay, I put those clumsy words in there. They don't see my hands, right? I don't want that. Hello, I'm Roger King. I feel fine until I see the proof. All right, I'm ready.
You know, I didn't catch everything he said. I think I'd like to see that again. How about you?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely yes.
Is my posture okay? Okay, I put those clumsy words in there. They don't see my hands, right? I don't want that. Hello, I'm Roger King. I feel fine until I see the proof. All right, I'm ready.